In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to answer a practice question for the multiple choice question type. This example comes from the Cambridge IELTS book number 8, test number 4, and this is reading passage number 2. So let's begin. We can start off by first reading the title of our reading passage just to get a quick overview of what this article is going to be about. So it says biological control of pests. So we're going to be talking about how to control pests, perhaps in relation to farming or something like that. So let's go down to our questions. So here are our questions, numbers 14 through 17. And in this case, in this multiple choice question, this is a standard multiple choice question. So there's only going to be one correct answer, A, B, C, or D. So let's begin by first marking our keywords. Number 14, use of pesticides. We want to know what it has contributed to. With number 15, we have Food and Agricultural Organization. That's a great keyword. 300, that's another great keyword. The number 300, that's going to be very easy to find. 300 agricultural pests. Number 16, we have something about cotton farmers in Central America. That's also going to be very easy. That's another proper noun. And I'm not going to mark using pesticides here. Not right now, because the whole article is about controlling pests. So we're probably going to see a lot of that. That keyword is probably going to repeat itself. So I'm not going to mark that just yet. I'm just going to look for Central America instead when I get to this question. And number 17, mid-1960s. That's going to be very easy to find. And something more about Central America. Great. Now what I want to do at this point is identify the easy question types. Guys, which one do you think is going to be the easiest question to answer? 14, 15, 16, or 17? In my view, number 15 is going to be the easiest to answer because we have these great keywords. We have a proper noun and the number 300. Another one that's going to be really easy to find is number 17 because it says mid-1960s. That's going to be very easy to find. So let's do number 15 and number 17 first, and then we'll get around to these other questions. Okay, so right now I'm looking for Food and Agricultural Organization, and I'm looking for the number 300. Let's see if we can find that. All right, here we go, and there, I see it right away. Food and Agricultural Organization, and I also see the number 300 right here. So I'm pretty sure that our answer is going to be in this sentence, somewhere around there probably. So let's go ahead and read this sentence. So here it says, according to a recent study by the Food and Agricultural Organization, more than 300 species of agricultural pests have developed resistance to a wide range of potent chemicals. Okay, so here it says 300 species of agricultural pests. That is just synonym language for the same thing, because down here you might remember that it says 300 agricultural pests. So that's the same thing, 300 species of agricultural pests. We're talking about the same thing. So these 300 species of agricultural pests have developed resistance. They have developed resistance to a wide range of potent chemicals. That means that when you try to kill them, then they simply don't die. They are very resistant. They have become too strong. See, they don't respond to the drugs, to the chemicals anymore. So that's what that means. So in the question it says, the Food and Agriculture Organization has counted more than 300 agricultural pests, which, what? I see it right here. The answer is A. They are no longer responding to most pesticides in use. Why are they no longer responding to most pesticides? Because they have become resistant. Here it says that they have developed resistance. That's why they are not responding anymore. So the answer is going to be A. If you'd like, you can go ahead and read these other answer choices just to make sure that you have picked the correct answer choice. In this case, I am very certain that this is in fact the correct answer choice. Because if you look at the other answer choices, B says that these pests can be easily controlled through pesticides, and that's not true, right? They cannot be controlled because they have become resistant. Option C says that they are continuing to spread diseases. Well, it says nothing about that. D says that they may be used as part of biocontrol's replacement. What? I don't see anything about that. So the correct answer has to be A. Now let's move on to our next question, question number 17. So let's look for this keyword, mid-1960s, and then something about Central America, okay? So here we go, we left off here. By the way, I do want to put the number next to the matching sentence. So I found the answer to question number 15 right there. So I do want to put number 15 just so that I know where I'm going to find my other answers. Okay, now I'm looking for mid-1960s. Okay, I see early 1940s here, 1940s, 1950s, and here we go, 1960s. So let's go ahead and mark that. Mid-1960s. We were also looking for Central America. Central America, I do see it up here. I don't see it around 1960s, but that's all right, because actually this paragraph is talking about Central America, and then it's continuing that same discussion. So in this paragraph, it's still talking about Central America. So that's all right. Okay, so we are going to be finding our answer somewhere around here. If you go down and if you look at the answer choices here, you'll see that it says something about 50%. So we have to find out what about 50% is going to be the correct answer choice. So if we come up here, we can see right away that it says here something about 50%. So I'm sure that I'm going to be finding my answer in this sentence. This is going to be my matching sentence right there. Okay, and maybe even up until this point. So let's read this. It says, by the 1960s, the situation took an alarming turn with the outbreak of 4 more new pests. Okay, so there were 4 more new pests, necessitating pesticide spraying to such an extent that 50% of the financial outlay on cotton production was accounted for by pesticides. All right, so what this sentence is saying here is that by the 1960s, there was an outbreak of 4 more new pests. That 4 more new pests started to appear, or perhaps they were created, or perhaps the old pests mutated in some way, they evolved in some way. And basically there was an outbreak of 4 more new pests, 4 new species. So what they had to do is that they had to start using so much pesticide to stop these pests that 50% of their costs went into pesticide. So, you know, like when you are growing cotton, there are production costs, there are costs related to labor, costs related to resources like land and water. Well, all of those are production costs. But what they're saying here is that there were so many new pests that were coming out that they had to use a lot of pesticide. They had to use so much pesticide that 50% of their production cost went into using pesticides, into buying and using pesticides. So let's come down to our question here now. It says, by the mid-1960s, cotton farmers in Central America found that pesticides, let's go through our answer choices. A says, were wiping out 50% of the pests plaguing the crops. No, it doesn't say that. We're talking about the financial outlay. Remember? The financial spending. We're talking about the production costs. So it has nothing to do with option A. Option B says that the pesticides were destroying 50% of the crops that they were meant to protect? Nope, says nothing about that. C says that they were causing a 50% increase in the number of new pests reported. No, it doesn't say that at all. It says that there were outbreaks of 4 new pests, but it doesn't say that there was a 50% increase in the number of new pests. So option C is also wrong. Option D says that pesticides were costing 50% of the total amount they spent on their crops. That's the correct answer. That they were costing 50% of the total production costs. They had to use so much pesticide that they had to spend up to 50% of the total production cost on just buying and using pesticides. So the correct answer choice is D. Great. Now let's come up to our matching sentence here and let's just put a number next to it so we know where we found the answer to question number 17. It was right here. So since we found the answer to number 17 over here, we're going to find the answer to number 16 in here, sandwiched in between 15 and 17. So let's take a look at number 16. It says, cotton farmers in Central America began to use pesticides. Why? So why did the cotton farmers in Central America start using pesticides? Let's find that out. So right away, I see that we had marked this keyword, Central America, before. So our answer is going to be probably somewhere around here. So let's start reading from up here because the keyword Central America doesn't appear anywhere else. I've already looked for that, so I know that I'm not going to find it anywhere else. So here we go. The havoc that the treadmill syndrome can bring about is well illustrated by what happened to cotton farmers in Central America. So nothing about our answer there. We are looking specifically for the reason why farmers in Central America started using pesticides. So let's keep reading on. Let's read the next sentence. It says, in the early 1940s, basking in the glory of chemical-based intensive agriculture, the farmers avidly took to pesticides. There we go, guys. That is our synonym language. It says that they took to pesticides. Right here it says that they took to pesticides. Took to pesticides is synonym language for saying that they started using pesticides. Why did they start using pesticides? Okay, that is synonym language. So it says that the farmers avidly took to pesticides as a sure measure to boost crop yield. So there's our answer. Why did they start using pesticides? To boost their crop yield. Which just means that they wanted to increase the amount of harvest that they got from this farming. So here it says cotton farmers in Central America began to use pesticides. Why? A says because of an intensive government advertising campaign. It says nothing about government, right? So that's wrong. Option B says in response to the appearance of new varieties of pest. I don't really see anything about that there. But it is obvious that if they are using pesticides, then they were probably using pesticides because there were pests around. There were pests in their farms, so they had to get rid of the pests. So that's why they started using pesticides. It's possible. Let's read option C. It says, as a result of changes in the seasons and the climate. I don't see anything about seasons or climate, so that's going to be wrong. And D says, to ensure more cotton was harvested from each crop. Guys, what do you think the answer is going to be? Is it B or is it D? In response to the appearance of new varieties of pest? Or did they start using pesticides to ensure more cotton was harvested from each crop? Read up here. It says that they started to use pesticides to boost crop yield. To boost crop yield. So the answer is going to be D. To ensure more cotton was harvested. That there was a higher yield of cotton per crop. Get it? So the correct answer here is D. Awesome. Now we only have one final question left, number 14. So it says the use of pesticides has contributed to what? Okay, what has the use of pesticides contributed to? Let's take a look. So number 15 was here, so number 14 has to come before here. We are looking for the use of pesticides, so let's go ahead and mark those keywords. Something about pesticides here. Anything else? No, I don't see anything else. So let's go ahead and read this sentence. I specifically want to start reading from here, since this is where it mentions pesticides, and I feel that this is where we'll find our answer. So this is going to be our matching sentence right here, most likely. So let's read this sentence. It says, apart from engendering widespread ecological disorders, pesticides have contributed to the emergence of a new breed of chemical-resistant, highly lethal superbugs. Guys, what this sentence is saying is that using pesticides has given rise to ecological disorders, widespread ecological disorders. Engendering means to give rise to something, to cause something, or to create something. So using pesticides has created ecological disorders, but it says that in addition to this, it has also created a new breed of highly resistant superbugs. Resistant means that basically you cannot kill them with chemicals. These are very strong pests, superbugs, and when you put chemicals on them like pesticides, they don't die. That is what it means to be resistant. So let's come down to our question over here. It says the use of pesticides has contributed to, let's see, A says a change in the way ecologies are classified by agroecologists, says nothing about that. B says an imbalance in many ecologies around the world. Yes, it does mention something about that it has caused widespread ecological disorders. So there is something about that, so it might be B, but let's keep reading on. C says the prevention of ecological disasters in some parts of the world. No, pesticides have not contributed to the prevention of ecological disasters. On the other hand, it's saying the contrary. It's saying that here in the reading, it's saying that pesticides have given rise to new ecological disorders. Okay? And here, option D, it says that the use of pesticides has contributed to an increase in the range of ecologies which can be usefully farmed. Nope, says nothing about that. Says nothing about that. So the correct answer, guys, what do you think is going to be? What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is B. An imbalance in many ecologies around the world. Okay, so we have now answered all of our questions. So we're going to be ending this video here. In the next one, I want to take you through practice set number 2, in which I want to show you multiple choice questions from reading passage number 3.